Today's episode of the Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and my McDonald's just got the McRib.
And I am the Sussman Rick Sussman, and I'll have you know I solved the Da Vinci Code in 12 parsecs. But you are watching the Read Pile.
It's the week of October 22nd, and here's some comic book news you can use.
Now, in fairness, we had a lot of things that we wanted to cover until about 3 hours ago.
Sure.
3 hours ago, the entirety of the internet would explode. I was alerted by Team Read Pile member, and graphics monkey, Jesse Long. I then alerted you, and we all in unison on our phones watched the leaked the Age of Ultron Avengers 2.
I think you just spit on me.
No, who cares? It's so good. Hulkbuster armor, Lord. Hulkbuster armor. I was really excited. Then I asked the angry Nerdgirl what she thought of it.
I told you, I'm not a Marvel reader. I like the movies. As a movie person, I think it looks pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be one of those weirdos like, yeah, I know all about that, yeah, I know.
Okay. There was Hulkbuster armor. There was Hulkbuster armor.
Yes, I know of that.
They're using the Age of Ultron. All of this you probably already know if you've been following comics. But still, James Spader as the voice of Ultron. I thought that was going to be a little wonky. That was awesome. Using the Pinocchio, I Have No Strings, only like slowed down and creeped out. This is really important for one reason specifically. So everyone's always freaking out, like whenever I'm at my local comic shop, they're talking about, Marvel owns, Disney owns Marvel, blah, blah. Well, Disney does own Marvel, and now Marvel has access to that song, I Have No Strings, so on and so on.
Yeah.
How awesome was that?
That was pretty creepy, but wonderfully creepy.
Yeah, really, really good. So now it's got my gears turning. What else can they Marvel Disney mash into some crazy, awful ridiculousness? Okay, before we get off topic, Age of Ultron. I know you're not you don't read the books. That's fine. By the way, Age of Ultron. If you've read the Age of Ultron, it's terrible. This is true. That series was god awful. What is your one takeaway from that trailer, which was leaked a week early?
I'm interested.
Okay.
Well,
do you have one scene that you really like? Obviously for me it was the Hulkbuster armor, because that's such a big thing for me. Did you have did you see how Quicksilver was in there, and the Speed Force? Well, not the Speed Force, because that's DC, not Marvel. But was there any one moment during that preview where you were that's what I want to see?
Not really. I don't know. I think you're wanting me to say something.
Well, okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. Now, one thing though, I did notice that I was actually very concerned with. Did you see Hawkeye running in the forest wearing the all-black costume? It's very brief.
And I'll be honest, I watched this on my iPhone, and I was kind of doing something else while I was watching it. So. He was
wearing the black, and it looked like he had the old Hawkeye skirt thing on. That could be terrible. We'll have to see. Alright, so. Little bit of a heads up. When we go to talk about comics, my pick of the week this week actually legitimately made me cry. So be on the lookout. You're not going to laugh at me, are you?
I am. Yeah.
Alright, let's do some reviews.
Ready for some comic book reviews. I'm going to start with one that was somewhat interesting. Not the comic in particular, but the reason why I even gave it a chance. Catwoman. Issue 35. new writer. Thought I'd give it a chance. And hey, it's the monster variant. Love it. I do like the cover. I do. Even though I've always been not such a big fan of the goggles, it's pretty cool. So far, I've loved every monster variant that I've seen. But this issue is so terrible. I love Catwoman. I love her friskiness, I love the attitude, I love everything about her. Unfortunately, her being the heir to this mob, it's terrible. It's not her anymore. I actually found myself on quite a few pages. I was just skimming along to get through it, waiting for something to happen. It just became kind of a blur in the beginning. It was just so bad. I'm not gonna read anymore. I thought I would be able to hop back on board with Catwoman. Fell off, just a little bit. Thought this would be the perfect time to hop back on board. Unfortunately, probably the worst time to hop back on board. If you have been missing out a little bit, just like I have, this isn't our time. We need to keep waiting. This is not it. Oh my god. But, in happier news, Arkham Manor, issue 1. So, this is pretty much kind of went along with the storyline of Batman Eternal. Fortunately, I have not been reading it. It was one of the weeklies that I did not hop on board with. I'm waiting until everything is binding together, and I'm just gonna power through it because I know it's amazing. I know it's a much better choice than head picking Future Zen. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is really quite interesting. It's not a spoiler. I'm going to tell you because it's on the cover. Arkham is going to be in Wayne Manor. Pretty fun idea. I like it. Sure, why not? And yeah, you're thinking all these things. Oh, what about underneath? They cover everything. They do. Come on. They're smarter than that. It was a little, it was not as fulfilling as I wanted it to be, but it was a good story. And it picked up, it got you through. It's like, hey, this is why, this is, what's going on. We're gonna jump in. It's happening. But now something is happening in Arkham Manor. Something crazy. And there's deaths going on. And Batman has to return home to figure out what's going on. I think it's pretty good writing, and I'm very interested to find out what's going to happen, how this is all going to go down. I'm not sure if I'm entirely behind the idea of this, but I'm willing to give it a shot. But even better, my pick of the week. And yes, I know, not surprising, Harley Quinn. It's issue 11, and last issue, at the very end, we found out that Power Girl just crashed down. She's here, but why? Well, this issue picks up. It keeps going. Harley is trying to help her out. I don't want to ruin too much for you, but it's just like always, it's hilarious. And Harley's got to help her out, figure out what's going on, and she decides to create this whole elaborate scheme of, maybe, oh, we're a team, we're a superhero team, and just all the little quirks that she's got is just so hilarious. And I'm not a very big reader and fan of Power Girl. Do not hold me to knowing a lot of knowledge about everything about her. But I got all the jokes. I understood all the fun that they were making on Power Girl, and it was fantastic. And I think only that couple can do it. Palmiotti and Connor, you're amazing, and you knew exactly what to do to make it a wonderful read. So I can't wait to continue reading and see what's going to really happen and see what it is. Why is Power Girl here? What happened? And I'm excited. It definitely made my day. Very happy. And now we're going to move on to Rick.
Well, thank you, Elle, for those inspired reviews as always. Who would have thought that Harley Quinn would be your pick of the week? It's not like my pick of the week is not going to be obvious. But I digress. Before we get into actual reviews, I want to give you guys a heads up. I was lucky enough this last weekend. There was an event at my local comic shop. There was a lot of local artists there. In particular, I want to get his name right, Jeremy Hobbs. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He was there, and I found out he's going to be back in December. And he was promoting his book, which you could find in previews if you go to your local comic shop, and request it. It's on previews, it's on Diamond, you can order this. I was just lucky enough to get an advance copy, and I read it. It is Cosmic Times Presents What If #1. This won't be available until like December, so let me get you a big shot of it. This was actually really cool. It's a one-shot, it's a single story, and it was all about, it's like a suicide note, sort of, from an imaginary friend, where the imaginary friend is basically spending the entire issue trying to figure out if they're the imaginary friend or if you're the imaginary friend. So it's like this really messed up version of Drop Dead Fred, which is one of my favorite movies as a kid. So I really loved it. The art is really fantastic. The writing is good. It's all in black and white, which I kind of dig. It's got a really good, like genuine indie feel, which I actually really liked it a lot. So well done, Jeremy. I hope you do very well with your book. A very good first effort. If this is your first effort, it's the first I've read, and it's fabulous. Hopefully, I will get a copy of another local artist and do a artist review book next week as well. We love highlighting local artists here on the Read Pile, and I hope those folks are doing good. Let's move on to the actual Read Pile this week. This week's episode can be subtitled Emotional Roller Coaster. Let's begin. Amazing Spider-Man! Edge of Spider-Verse! Number 8! What do you want? I like Dan Slott. I like him a lot. He's a cool dude. Let's just get to Spider-Verse already. Okay, so the regular storyline that happens is again dealing with Miss Marvel, the new Miss Marvel, Kamala. She's awesome. The primary story was really good. I liked it a lot. It was fun. And then we got to the backup story that is, well, you can see it on the cover. It's Spider-Girl, and it's another one of these things where the Morlorn family is killing off another spider totem, and I get it. They're going from dimension to dimension, killing all the spiders. I get it. I don't need any more lead-in. Let's get to the story. It actually has me concerned. I'll be honest. From issue 600 to the end of the Amazing Spider-Man run, to the beginning of the Superior Spider-Man, to the end of Superior Spider-Man, to the beginning of Amazing Spider-Man, all the way leading up to the Spider-Verse, I've been really excited about Spider-Man. And then I've read 7 Spider-Man comics in the course of a month and a half. That's not good. Moving on. I was able to pick up a copy of Goner's #1. Special Phantom variant edition. Phantom. Alright, so Goner's. This was actually a lot of fun. I really like this book. I did a micro review for it on Twitter, and a little bit more elaborating on that. It is a very interesting book. It's one of these books where it exists in our reality, in our continuity, in our universe, except for one thing. And in this thing, it looks like demons and magic are real. But it's very much like Chew. It's actually a lot like Chew, in that Chew is a book where the art matches the tone of the book. Goner's, the art matches the tone very, very well. And I loved it. And also like Chew, where Chew exists in a regular universe where things happen, except that people have like food-based superpowers. Well, this is a regular universe where it appears our main family, our main characters, have they're like the family Helsing, I guess. They're vampire hunters or monster hunters. It's only issue 1. I definitely recommend checking it out. I enjoyed it. Very good. Definitely add it to the sub. Then we have Lazarus. Greg Rucka's Lazarus. Oh, if you haven't figured it out by now, I really love this book. This is more of the same. The story is really chugging along now. We're in the meat and the potatoes of it. Unfortunately, I can't really give it a proper review without spoiling half the book, so I'm just going to have to let you know that it was a really great issue, and I'm really, really loving this book. Can't really say anything other than that. But now, we get to the obvious pick of the week. So let's get the obvious pick of the week graphic. Here we go. Wicked and Divine. Wicked and Divine, issue 5. And that should be up here by now. This was a very gut-wrenching book. It was a very tough issue to read. One of my favorite characters was brushed off the chessboard very matter-of-factly, and it was so matter-of-factly that it was quite jarring. Then Karen has a couple of pages at the end of the book where he finally explains to us why this is happening, why this book is even coming about. And it was so moving and so impressive that he would be willing to put his soul out there that I instantly penned a open letter to him in about 20 seconds. I just smashed it all out, put it on our read pile. You can check it out. It just says an open letter to Karen Gillan. And he responded to it by basically thanking me and giving me the hugs. Because what he talks about in this book, you gotta read it. It was so good and so honestly brutal, but wonderful. So I thank him for that. It was fantastic. And those are my picks. For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
Let's read pile for this week. Rick, who are we thanking?
Well, sorry, still thinking of that book. We are thanking a couple of people. I want to thank Mr. Jeremy Hobbs again for letting us get a super early review copy of his book. And I want to thank I want to thank Karen Gillan. Audible.com, of course, is our sponsor, but I feel like Karen is to me as Gail is to you, I suppose. The fact that he responded at all to my post, the fact that I'm sure he read it, it wasn't exactly very long, but it's not me that he's responding to. Like, when he reads something that I'm a fan, I might have a show that's on the internet, but so does like 900 other million people. The fact that he took a moment out of his day to respond to a fan, I think speaks volumes for the creator. So definitely support him. Check out his Young Avengers run. Check out Uber. Check out Wicked and Divine. The dude has been writing comics for a very long time now, and he has got a voice that I think we all could relate to. So thank you, sir. And on that note, you want to go get another McRib? Yeah. McRib out! Ow!
Yeah, I just did that.
It's on camera. Sue you. I'll sue you, Loretta. See?
Oh.
See? That's karma.
No, I feel good though.
Yeah.